Alright guys, my 2001 Tacoma came with a K&N intake, and this is the filter, then the hose. I am not a fan of K&N, so I am a fan of the deleting the sound deadener piece that comes on the factory intakes, but the intake box is proven to give you the best horsepower and all. So I learned a trick that if you cut where the K is on the tube, it will fit the original box, and I'll show you. So this is the original Toyota OEM intake box, and this is the K&N tube. So you got your rubber hose here, connecting it to the throttle body, and then this is the K&N tube coming to another connector, and then that connects to the OEM box. Now what you do is you cut as far as you can where this hose outlet is right here, or inlet, and you cut right there. And a little heads up, this box kind of goes to the right, so when this hose comes out, it comes a little bit over to the left. So when you cut it like this. What I did was I went straight, so I got a little less tube on the bottom. But if you come across here, you'll get a real good connection. I was still able to get it, but because this hose here ran to the one that was right here. I thought I would be able to fit it without cutting the hose, but the intake tube comes way over here, so that wouldn't have fit at all. And already the truck is a whole lot sparkier on throttle, in my opinion, having the OEM box back in here. So I go back to the other piece that I cut off just to give you a reference. So you just cut right here where that tube is, and then I came kind of straight across, and I did pretty much a straight cut, but you need to kind of come here and go a little bit more on this side, so it would be sitting like this right here. You need to kind of cut it like that, and then you have a real good connection. And the way that this mass airflow sensor was set up in here, it was horrible. It did not have a good connection. So yep, got rid of the K&N filter, back to OEM. So I think what I'm gonna do is keep this clamp, and then I'll probably keep this filter. So what I'll do is just throw this away, and when I cut it with my Sawzall. It left a lot of bad edges on the plastic, so I took a file and filed it down as much as I could. But I found out that taking a razor blade and just scoring it just a little bit will clean it up. And then I took the air compressor and blew it all out, vacuumed it, and I think I got all the debris out. So this is going into the trash, like I said. Cut right there at that piece that comes out for the hose, and then you're do good. So I'm just gonna keep this clamp because I always have a need for these, and then I'll probably keep this filter because I think you can keep on reusing them. They got some kind of K&N cleaner that you spray on there. Oh well. I mean, they sound cool, but they really don't give any performance. So, and you can prove me if I'm wrong. Please enlighten me, in the comments if K&N is, one of the best filters to get, because I don't think they are. But I'll see you in the next one. Alright, I meant to show you guys the pick and pull. The Toyota pickups and 4Runners. There's about 15 of them, and they've been picked through a whole lot. So I went there to find the intake box for either one of the vehicles, the Tacoma or the 4Runner. But instead I found some other stuff like this old JVC. I'm a big JVC fan, and I actually pulled this out of a Toyota, so it's got the same connectors as the Toyota. So all you got to do is wire the antenna, put your RC cables in for whatever you want, and then you're ready to go. I don't even know if it works, but I'll find out. I did find a grill. The bottom left corner was busted, but it had the gold limited Toyota symbol on it, so I took the screws out and kept it for myself. And then these little red clips, they tend to break, especially, I don't know if this one has it, but the 4Runner does for this trim piece. So every time I go to the junkyard, I'll get a whole bunch. And then I got a whole lot of Toyota JIS screws in here. Did pick out some instrument bulbs, because I actually have a bulb out on the Tacoma. This bulb here went out. Got some switches. These are door lock switches. If they don't fit, you can actually pry off on each side and put them on. This one is not the same one, but it is the same skinnier one on the driver's side. But this piece goes underneath the radio. So I picked up one of these. And then I found in a Camry this guy, which this was actually connected to this radio. But this is the same thing, but it's got a lid to it. So you just hit that, and it'll slide down, so you can put stuff in there and then close the lid so it won't fall out. I thought that was pretty cool. It doesn't say what brand this is, but figured I would get that. I got another Tacoma climate control. I actually got the plugs. I snipped the plugs just in case if I need one. I wish I could put this one in the 3rd gen 4Runner. Screws. I did find some exterior door window trim pieces. These are in pretty good shape. They're old, but they're not flaked up, so I'm going to sand these, prime them, and then paint them, and they would look a whole lot better than what's on the Tacoma. These little brown Toyota bottle jacks are perfect for doing lift kits and stuff like that. And got some, it's like 3157 bulbs. Let's see what this one is. This one is 4157. This one is $31.57. So, which I got tons of these, but if I see them, I always grab them. Most of the time, scrapyard. I know the guys out there, they won't charge me for that kind of stuff. I did find a shifter knob. I'm gonna clean it up. I like it. It's got some weight to it, which is pretty nice. I did find this switch. I didn't know if this would fit here or not. Looks a little bit smaller, but I'll try it out. I like for the logos to be up there. Just gives it a cleaner look to me. That's about it. Didn't really get anything else, I don't think. No, that's it. So, went there for two things. The intake and something else. Rubber boots. I didn't find any good rubber boots. I think I'm gonna have to order off of Amazon. But this is probably my favorite phone here, because the 3rd gen doesn't have one. I had a kit for it because I bought a new radio for the 3rd gen, and when I did that bottom piece, it didn't fit. So this is how the 3rd gen looks right now. It's just open and you can see all behind it. But I'm gonna put that little slide piece in with the lid and see how that works. I hope it does work, because that's a really nice feature. Because a lot of times I'll put my wallet in here and then I'll hit the boost and my wallet slings out. But yeah, because you know, these Toyotas, they pack a lot of punch. But next time I go out there, I'll take another video of what they have. Like I said, I went to the junkyard to find a OE intake box, and I didn't find one. I did find some, but they weren't for the right year. But I did find these off of a extended cab Tacoma, just like mine, same year. And mine, this is the outside part, and then the velvet is what goes on the inside. So it can be smooth when the glass slides on it. This outside part on mine is basically like a chrome trim with wrap or some kind of vinyl or something that's on it that covers the chrome trim up, and it makes it black. Well, on mine, it's peeled all off, dry rotted, so you can actually see the chrome from like here all the way down. And I found a driver and a passenger side. Here's the other one. This one I just cleaned off with degreaser, and then I just scrubbed the felt that's on the inside. I know it doesn't look, you know, super clean, but it got all the dirt out, because before it kind of looked like this. It doesn't really look black. It just looks like it's had mud on it for years compared to this one. I did have, what is it? This clip to break. So 1 clip out of 6 to break. I call that a good win. Hopefully when I take the ones off of my Tacoma, if I can at least save just one, then we'll be in good shape. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scope these up, probably with some like 320 grit or something, and alcohol them, and then I'm gonna paint them black, like a satin black with SEM paint. And I've had really good outcomes with using SEM paint. It's basically just like chassis paint. So I'm gonna do that, and then that's gonna give it a real clean look back on the Tacoma. Just got done painting the door window moldings. They turned out really, really good. This paint by SEM, it has a really good color to it. Now these pieces look brand new. Alright, working on the door molding. I got the driver's side done. Now I'm doing the passenger side. This one came off, but these clips here, they broke off. Luckily, these white plastic pieces didn't break. And this is what it looks like without it. All in here is going to be a lot of dirt over the years. So just take you a microfiber and clean it off. And then those little white pins, they fit here, here, and here. Here's my new piece. And you put it in. You need to start from the front corner. Slide it into the mirror slot. All the way in. Make sure these tabs are behind the door. So it looks like this. Make sure the tab is behind the door. Behind the door. Make sure this piece is not being stopped by this. And then slowly push it down. Then it will click into place. If you do leave the door panels on, this may hold you up here. So just push that back, or you could roll the window back up. And then boom, she's installed. And then I'll show you the driver's side. This is what the driver's side looked like. And this is with the new. Like I said, this is off of a wrecked Tacoma from a junkyard. All I did was sand it. Well, I degreased it, cleaned it, sanded it, adhesive, promoted it. The spray paint that is supposed to adhere better to like plastics and stuff. I think the brand is Duplicolor. And then I used SEM trim or chassis black paint, and it blends in. See how good it matches the rubber seals? Because these pieces here, I believe, are like $200 or $150, brand new from Toyota. And I was lucky enough to find some at the junkyard that was in good shape.